everybody, and welcome to another speed paint video. So for this sketch video, I decided to go traditional. I know it's not digital, but I found out recently that I just map out my ideas better traditionally than digital, and I think it's because I like using pens when I sketch. I actually stopped using pencils for sketching for years now, and I didn't realize that that's what kind of like what I was doing until actually a few days ago when I was sketching myself. I realized, I'm not using pencils. I think the closest thing I use when it comes to pencils are colored pencils, but that's basically it. But yeah, I transitioned into pens, I think, because of college. When I was in college, I stopped using pencils, and I only had maybe one or two just to take tests. But most of my writing utensils were pens, blacks, reds, and blues. And so when I was in class, especially a large lecture, and I would kind of get bored, I would doodle in my notebooks using the pens that I had on me. And I think because of that, it kind of like transitioned me away from pencils and now into pens. And so the pen that I'm using right now for this video is a Stabilo pen. I don't know exactly what color it is because they don't really tell you the color. They just give you the color on the cap. And I specifically chose yellow because it's not too dark that it looks like the line art, but it's not too light that it can't be seen. So it's like a happy medium. I think I would call this kind of like a sunflower yellow. But like I said, there's no names on these caps. There's no names on these pens. But that's what I think I would call it. But the pen that I'm using right now is not a Stabilo pen. It is a dollar store pen from the most recent dollar store video that I did. You know, like I said, when I was drawing in class, which that's a bad example. You guys should stay focused and you guys should learn in class. Don't be doodling. But when I did doodle, I would use whatever I had on me, and they're usually office supplies. So, you know, using a black pen like this was just natural for me. Simple. But yeah, so I think there's a huge benefits when you sketch with a pen though. And if you haven't done it before, I actually invite you to do so. I found out that through the process of using a pen, you actually stop caring about your art. And okay, hear me out. It's not a bad, stop caring. It's actually a good stop caring. Because I realized growing up that I cared too much about my artwork, that I wasn't very willing to step out of my comfort zone. I wanted it to be perfect. I want the line art to be clean and prestige and all those type of things. But when I started doodling with a pen, I had no choice but to accept messy. And because of that, it kind of like forced me to expand upon my skills or to actually refine my skills at a faster pace. It's a weird learning process because you don't know that you're learning, but you are. So if you have never sketched with a pen, I encourage you to do so. Do it consistently as well. Don't just do it at one time and just be like, oh my god, that was a struggle. Why did Mango Mom tell me to do that? Just keep going. Just keep trying. Because I feel like it'll definitely benefit you. It definitely benefited me. And I'm not saying that if it works for me, it's going to work for everyone, but it has to work for somebody else, right? So yeah, try it out yourself. That's my little challenge for you. Draw something with a pen and share it with me. Try doing that. Draw something with a pen, a full page of sketches and whatever. It doesn't have to be fancy at all. Just use a pen and like tag me or put a hashtag whenever you're let's say Instagram. Let's focus this on Instagram. So if you have an Instagram, post your artwork that you used only a pen with and hashtag it as, I don't know. Oh gosh, hold on. Here. If I think about it later, it's gonna pop on the screen. Hashtag it this. Ta-da! Okay, good. All right. But yeah, so at this point of the drawing, I am coloring in my design just really, 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 really roughly. And the tools that I'm using are my Prismacolor colored pencils. These colored pencils are wonderful. I love them to bits. But of course, I am not a professional, so I have heard by other people that these colored pencils actually suck. But I don't know what they're talking about because I love how the colors just pop out. They come out really easily, and they're just so vibrant. And I love how easy they come off on the paper. It's so nice. But yeah. So what I'm doing right now is kind of like adding these little tiny details to Rapunzel's dress because her design is heavily based off of her movie. But I wanted to add a little bit of flair to it by adding like a sheer fabric on top of her arms and her skirt or her bottom part of her dress that has like a pattern of stars and lanterns. Because the huge inspiration of her design comes from the lanterns and her ability to paint. Her broom was originally the shape of a traditional witch broom, like that it's really spiky at the end. But I realized as I was sketching this, hold on, she actually paints. So why not make her broom into a giant paintbrush? And so that's why her broom now looks like a big paintbrush floof at the end. And her overall design is also inspired by the lantern. So I thought, you know what? Why not make Rapunzel the witch of the night sky? So her job at night is to put stars in the sky by letting out lanterns, and people will see them as stars, or something along those lines. And so this design came to being because of it, and I just love it overall. It's so sketchy, but it's the whole purpose of sketching, and I'm really excited to get the real design out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So, bye!